So originally I wasn't gonna talk about this shit just for the simple fact that I just don't like hopping on the media's dick and shit. But I mean, it's like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all that shit. The pictures you're posting about like Chris Paul, like how's it feel to be like 12 years a Clipper and shit like that, or like Blake Griffin, like he only hates half of you, type of shit. And the shit's starting to get fucking ridiculous. Like, we're not taking responsibility as fans. We're like, oh, putting it all on the players and shit. How many of y'all watched that game last night? The Clippers lose. I mean, I had to watch the shit because I was at Chili's, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing the baby back rib shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what they put on the stations, what they put on the channels. Excuse me. So, I know that last statement didn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying. But it's real. Like, if you want to put it like that, like, we all know that all athletes, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the basketball, football, especially slaves. They're just high price. Like, whether you white or black, like, you sign a contract where a person owns you and can ship you all across over this country, whether they fucking feel like it or not. And you can quit. But if that's your only way of making money, then how can you quit? You know what I mean? So it's their own form of slavery anyway. So I feel like the majority of sports players, well, all sports players really is some type of form of slaves and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you give up your certain freedoms and certain rights so you can play this dumbass game and shit. Man, you know, it is what it is. Niggas show up to work the next day and everybody got a problem with them, like calling them cowards and shit like that. Like, I don't see you. It's like, Trayvon got shot. What did you do? Probably fucking nothing. You probably put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, put it on whatever, and was like, I'm mad about this. Her. You know what I'm saying? And nothing. You know what I'm saying? What did you do about fucking, about them Philly people? What did you do with the officers, like, drug the motherfuckers out the fucking car and shit? What did you do about Oscar Grant when the motherfucker was held behind his hands behind his back where he got shot by the fucking police? What did you do? Nothing. So to talk about these players in such a way, you're kind of being like a dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as the fan, take responsibility and shit like that. Boycott these fucking games. Don't have nobody show up to these fucking Clipper games and shit like that. Do something. But to sit there and make these posts and putting all the blame on them, you know what I'm saying? That's some coward shit. Like, that's just real talk. But to go to the players, because you shouldn't play. Like, period. Any Clippers player should not play, whether you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, fucking a monkey, or a fucking orangutan, which they're both kind of monkeys. I don't know why I said that, but you know what the fuck I'm saying. Like, tell your boss, fuck you. Like, you can put the shirt inside out. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't, because you're still playing for the man, and you're still accepting this fucking money. You're gonna have to go drastic if you really want to make a statement, fellas. Like, real talk. And it's not just for the Clippers organization, it's for everyone. You think he's the only owner that don't have black people sitting next to him at the fucking games and shit like that? You think he's the only one? You think just cause he got caught, cause it's, like, you know what I'm saying, these hoes ain't loyal, no they ain't. Real talk, you know what I mean? Just because that happened to him, that, you know what I'm saying, it's just him. You know what I mean? Like, you got people, get familiar and shit, man. Like, motherfuckers has always been racist. There's hardly any black owners and shit like that, unless you put like 4 or 5 people together to make, you know what I'm saying, for one team and shit. Miami Dolphins and shit. Message. You know what I mean? So, it's real talk. Like, as people of color in general, or just a human being, if you want to go that route, if you're just a homo sapien, yes, I did say homo sapien, so everybody's homo in a way, message again, but if you a human being, you should feel like fucking insulted and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not by like, oh, oh my God, he's a racist and shit. Yes, he's an old white dude. Old white people are racist. It was like cool to be racist back then. Remember, like having a slave or having a black person or a person of color take care of your kid. If you didn't have that, you were considered like poor and white trash. Like that was a part of our American history. We can't take that away. So he's just living the life that he knows, which is a fucked up racist time period in our existence, but he's living that shit, and he's not lying about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is fucked up thought that he has, and he's probably, you know what I'm saying, through his kids and generation, he just spewing that shit out and out for generations to come and shit like that. So they're all gonna leech onto that shit. Yeah, it's fucked up, but I at least recognize that he's only talking from the experience that he knows, and from the in the level of wealth and of money that he got, that majority of the people that he's around also thinks like this, and that he's sitting there talking to his girlfriend, mistress, thought, whatever you want to call her, in a real way, and then people are like, oh, but he's saying it's wrong. He's like, me and this bitch had this conversation a while ago and shit. I'm just trying to figure out what changed now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is what it is. Like, so Donald, fuck you very much, but at the same time, I understand you. But you're living, you're outdated. Your expiration date has already expired and shit, nigga. And you need it. I'm not trying to tell you to get with the times. You old as shit. Just, you know, the years that you have left, hopefully that you can try to make better decisions and shit, and try to branch your horizons. Other than that, man, see you. Like, when you get to hell and shit like that, I'll probably see you there for doing some shit that I shouldn't have done and shit like that. We can have a real conversation face to face. Other than that, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But, real talk. People need to start taking responsibility. Boycott these NBA playoff shits if you really feel. Like, I'm not watching no fucking games. Fuck the NBA playoffs. Celtics ain't in there in the first place. But even besides that point, after this shit, we all need to take a stand together. Either you're going to stand up and not watch these playoffs, not give these fucking racist ass motherfuckers money in the first place, and take a real stand. Players stop playing for these racist ass motherfuckers. Find another fucking trade. Play somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Go to your community and talk to these kids about this shit. Do something. But don't play for these racist motherfuckers. Especially, what are you getting? All you're getting is millions of dollars, but then you know that the motherfucker calls you, really treats you like a nigga in your face. Now what are you going to do about it? Again, I wasn't going to say all this shit because I know it's going to be controversial, you know what I mean, and all that shit. But you know what? Man, fuck it. Like, it had to be said. Like, fans take responsibilities, players do your part, and you know what I'm saying? And fuck you to Donald, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Message, tweet that in Facebook. I'll see you at the marches and shit. 1.